Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Gemini. So Gemini, as usual, I'm doing this reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you see are from this deck. And so let's talk about heavy stuff, but I feel like you're the one, Gemini, who can handle it. And with your own tools, with your own power, with your own magic tricks, I want to say, it's like you're able to come out of this very defining moment in your life where things might be falling apart, but you realize that what is actually falling apart is not your integrity or your essence, but actually all the dissonance and all of the it's like the incoherent co-creations, right, that were just causing fight and sadness and heartbreak. And I feel like that really leads to a moment of relief where you can just find your way back to joy and happiness, and a moment when you can really just daydream of better days again. So we're beginning with the Tower, and the way that this tower fell, because it fell straight onto my lap, what I heard was there is a tower falling on your lap, literally, right? So it's not that it's near you or it's in the vicinity. It's almost like it's within your beingness, or it's so close that you can feel things tumbling down, or maybe you losing your ground. And it's interesting because the Tower has been coming up a lot lately in the recent readings, and with the traditional meaning more so than ever, which to me brings this heaviness that I typically don't see in my readings, maybe because I don't want to see them, or just because I really try to bring the upliftment to the readings overall. But there has been this heaviness, right? This weight. And I feel like that might be happening for you as well, Gemini, in a sense that maybe you have held this position for quite some time, right? Trying to keep things afoot or afloat, right? Just standing your ground, because most of all, what I usually see with the Tower is stability and safety, a place where you can feel safe, right? Inside those walls, you feel like you're protected. But because things are falling on your lap, it's almost like that this is quite an urgent matter. It's not something that you can wait, right, any longer. Maybe it's like you can no longer avoid that things are falling apart. But as I said, you seem to be the only one who really knows how to handle this, because the Magician was showing me like magic hands, like, using your hands to create magic with the things that are coming from this tower, that are falling down from this tower. And so maybe you do have a couple of tricks in your sleeve, and how to handle a tough situation, right? Like this defining moment that is it's very impactful, but it's almost like how to just soften it, right? And make it more playful or magical. It's almost like it's like you're making this moment like this great, I don't know how to say this properly without sounding incorrect, because what I'm hearing is making a performance, but it's not that you're acting out a certain way. It's nothing like that. It's just that it's like your reaction, perhaps. It's not really a reaction. It's more like this proactive magic trick. I don't know exactly what could that be, but it's almost like maybe it's just like it's like you're not losing hope. So yes, something might be falling on your lap, so you need to handle that because it's something that is immediate, it's something urgent, but because maybe you do have like incredible manifestational skills. So it's like, whatever falls on your lap, no matter how heavy or how light it is, it's like you can make magic with it. And I feel like that's because you know how to bring perspective to it. It's like you're not looking to a certain situation, zooming in too much. It's like you are able to zoom out. The World card was talking about two things: this zooming out of your perspective, right? So it's like instead of looking at something very narrowly or very focused, right? It's like you are actually, it's like you're taking a few steps back so you see the whole picture. And the whole picture shows you that your skills, your manifestational skills, is like they're able to spin your world in a way that it's kind of like a magic trick. What I'm seeing, it's like Cinderella, right? It's like when she's late for the party, right? The ball, and it's like she is just spinning, and then the dress is ready, right? It's like it's magically being made, or yeah, I don't know. It's just coming through as like, this magic trick that spins your world, and you handle a tough situation with a lot of, just ability. It's like you have ability to handle this because you know how to zoom out. And that gives you a different perspective than anybody else that could be, could be going through a similar thing, or could be, trying to handle this, but it's like they can see the forest for the trees. It's like they don't have this magic trick that you have. So maybe this is like seeing the magic despite all of the debris, especially because I feel like it's like that you're protected from the debris, right? It's like you have the helmet. Being the Knight of Cups, it's like that the most important thing about you, right? Maybe your integrity, like your essence. This is how I'm seeing your heart, right? It's like your essence, the truth of your being is being protected, because it's almost like you, and it's kind of like this bird's eye view, right? It's like maybe it is like, just observing something that is happening so close to you, right? It's like this tower that is falling on your lap. So it's like the debris could really damage you, or could hurt you, or could hit you. But because you're protecting the most soft part of yourself, like it's like the most precious part of your being, right? It's like that whatever you do, it's like your heart still believes in magic despite the tower falling, despite this tough moment of your life, right? Because I feel like it's almost like you have been handling this, but now that it's falling, it's like you can no longer hold it in place. So the best thing that you can do is to increase the momentum with this spinning of the world, right? It's like having this global perspective is actually going to help you like see things from afar, right? As like this observer, where it's like from this perspective, it's like you can still see the magic, because it's like because you have distance, but the distance is only because you're creating it, right? Because you're spinning this world, right? It's almost like I'm seeing somebody with like a globe, right? And spinning and spinning and spinning. And it's almost like here you're starting to practice daydream again, right? What it feels like to daydream, but seeing things from a bigger perspective, from this open, wide perspective. And I feel like that's protection for your heart, because what is falling is the Three of Swords that is actually reversed. So this is part of the debris, right? If we, picture the traditional image of the tower in any traditional deck, right? It's like, you know, there are, you know, people falling and, you know, rocks falling off, and the structure itself is just crumbling down, right? And this is how I'm seeing all of these swords. It's like, this is the old co-creation. This is the old establishment is what I'm hearing. It's like, this is the old way of just existing in this structure, and this is what is falling apart. So even though part of it is falling on your lap, it's almost like you have, it's like you, I don't know what it is about the hands, but the magician today is highlighting the hands, right? Because it's like the hands that are spinning the globe, and that is what is creating this distance between what is happening very close to you, right? What is falling apart, which is this old way of co-creating, and your perception of it, because it's almost like there is this detachment, right? So, you know, it might be just like this coping mechanism that your body or your mind or your heart is using to prevent you from carrying like a trauma or a heartbreak, right? Because that's the thing. It's like the heartbreak is being it's ending, right? That is what is tumbling down. That is what is coming to an end and coming to the ground. So instead of you feeling ungrounded, it's almost like you have like this, it's like part of this manifestation skill that you have has to do with daydreaming, but daydreaming about the world at large. It's almost like, you know, this ability that you have to zoom out to see things from a bigger perspective. It's actually part of like the things that are just coming up because this is falling down. So it's almost like your natural ability, your magician hand trick, your ability to spin the globe and have this wider perspective is what is actually, you know, just increasing, because what has been like restricting or containing that is now falling apart. And that is part of just like it's like the bad memories, right? So it's almost like there is this detachment so that you don't actually carry memories from this or like hold this as a heartbreak moment, right? It doesn't want to be remembered as a heartbreak moment. It's actually, it's almost like the opposite, right? Because the sun is coming next, and this is like the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's like this major arcana versus the minor arcana. So, you know, the debris that is falling from the tower is so minuscule, is so, it's like, that's the reason why I feel like no bad memories are going to stay from this phase, right? It's like no matter how close this tower is falling to you, it's like you know that better days are ahead. And it's interesting because the Taurus reading was talking about co-creating a better world. And I feel like that is here as well for you. But the thing about your perception of this world, of this big, wide world, is that it's like you have it at the tip of your fingers, right? Because it's like, it's almost like you know that you have this ability that if you decide to manifest, you know, going somewhere else, it's like you know that it is going to happen, because it's like you're daydreaming about it. And I feel like that is here also because we're ending with the 7 of Cups. So this was talking about daydreams and contemplating options and possibilities. And that I feel like that's what you're doing. It's like maybe this very natural coping mechanism that you have to protect your purest heart, right? It's like it's the thing that actually, it's like it's going to give you this light so that you can see many possibilities. When it's like when you're spinning this globe, when you're having this global perspective, right? It's like instead of zooming in, you're zooming out. It's like you know that you're no longer in this type of deceitful co-creation, because that is falling apart. And I'm not seeing necessarily that you're glad that this is over. I feel like you're more focused in, just wanting to create new memories and just exploring the possibilities of, every single thing that you can do now that this is not holding you back any longer. Now that you don't have to hold up this tower anymore, right? Because this seemed to be like, this constant work. And I feel like this is also something that, has been coming up a lot in the readings. So contemplating this future, contemplating this, it's like this bright light that is waiting for you up ahead, right? And it's not so far away. That's the thing. It's like no matter how close these debris are from you, it's like you manage to distance yourself from that and remain hopeful that you can daydream again. It's like it's like if horrible things are happening close to you, it's like you don't have to be corrupted by that, because that's not the part that is dying off or that is ending. Actually, what is being rebirthed in a sense is your hope. And it's like you're just excited to explore this ability to daydream again, right? And so that's what I was seeing here. It's like you have this natural ability, Gemini, and that is actually very, very powerful. But it's not like you have to decide anything yet. It's very soon, it's very recent, it's very fresh. So it's like just stay here contemplating and daydreaming, right? It's like just daydream again. It's like don't forget that that is a natural ability of yours. And that is protecting the most precious part of you, right? The one that hopes for a better future, for a better world, for a better life. So there's nothing you can do about this tower falling, right? No matter how close it is falling to you. It's like you seem to manage that very, very well with your magic tricks, right? And spinning that globe and gaining perspective and just being able to daydream again. So just, it's almost like indulge in daydream, right? Because that's like, that is really like changing, what could be a bad memory into something that is, creating better memories, or allowing for a moment in your life where that very beautiful memories, very uplifting memories can be made. So I am going to pull more cards for you, as well as the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.